Seattle City Council tries to make the budget more accessible and useful for members of the public. In that vein, we are releasing a new tool this year called the Seattle Budget Dashboard that allows you to see how money is being raised and spent in a way that has never really been possible before. You can see the big picture and drill down into really tiny details all in the same place. So let's see how it works. Let's say, as an example, we wanted to see how the money from the Family Education Preschool and Promise Levy is being spent. To do that, we would go over to this fund section and then click on all here. We're going to go ahead and delete what I had in there previously. And we're going to unselect everything and just search for education. And we can see there's the Family Education Preschool and Promise Levy. So when we select that, then we can see the dashboard updating that all that money is going to the Department of Education and Early Learning. We can drill down further by clicking on this plus symbol next to the name of the department, and you can see how the money is being spent by the various programs, Early Learning, K-12. You can drill down even further by, again, clicking on the plus symbol on the left, and each of these things are line items in the budget. If you expand on these, you can also see what was written about this specific thing in the budget. So let's hit the reset button and try another example. The reset filter button is in the upper right. Let's say we wanted to see how money is being spent on homelessness. To do that, we could do the budget summary level here. So let's search for homelessness and we'll click addressing homelessness. The money goes to the Human Services Department. And just like the previous example, we can expand this to see how the money is being spent on various programs. And if we expand each of these, you can see detailed information about this specific thing from the budget. And a note about the budget, this year, the city is transitioning to a 2-year budgeting cycle. That means that instead of rewriting the budget every year from scratch, a 2-year budget will be adopted. And in the even numbered years, like 2024, it will be a supplemental budget. And so the budget process will be focused on adjusting it rather than creating it totally from scratch. Along those lines, let me reset the filters here. You can see we have the 2023 adopted budget and the endorsed, just kind of like the draft budget that was created during the last year, the budget cycle last year. And when the new numbers are updated for the mayor's proposed 2024 budget adjustments, they will be added into this column. Now, when you open up the dashboard, you'll see a list of departments. That's the default view, and you can see how much money is flowing into these departments, and you can expand each of these just like before. Another trick that might be useful to know is you can make this whole dashboard bigger by clicking this button in the lower right-hand corner to open full screen mode, and you can see all sorts of detailed info and bright, full glory instead of the size it's limited to on the web page. And then let's say we wanted to see a specific program. We can also do that. Let's look at the Community Safety and Communication Center. We're going to expand that. And the dual dispatch program is starting up in October 2024. And we can click on this item here to see there's the funding. It's about $717,000. And here again is the detailed information about that program that was written into the budget. And here we can see in the lower right-hand corner how much of that money is one-time versus ongoing. You can see it's an ongoing expenditure. And then lastly, let's reset the filters one more time. And something that might be interesting to try is if you wanted to see how capital expenditures are being spent, you can unselect operating versus capital here. And CIP stands for Capital Improvement Program. So if we click on that, we can see all of the various capital improvements that the budget is addressing. And then O&M is operating and maintenance. So anyway, I hope that the dashboard is useful and allows you to dig deeper into the budget and quickly answer questions that you may have had. Thanks a lot.